Hello there, in this video I'm going to show you how you can create your own property listing on the Almeria property sales and rental website. Now if we just have a look here, we have a link. If we click on that to list our property, it will give us some instructions. There's a description of what users can do, and here on the left we have some alternative methods how to create a listing. We have the video that we're making at the moment to follow, and we have some screenshots of the actual process involved, including the form that we're going to be filling in. The first thing you need to do is click on the link at the top right here where it says login and register. Now if we had created an account, we could input our username and password and click login. If you lose your password, there's a link on this to reset your password. It will send you a new password basically. We're going to go ahead and create our account by clicking on this link here. I'm going to keep this really simple. Now you need to choose a username, input your email address, password, and password again. Now I have deliberately on this occasion put in two different passwords, and I'll show you why. We click on register. The page is reloaded, but nothing's changed. We should be logged in, but we're not, and that's because I put two passwords in incorrectly. And if we click on the link at the top right to try again, we get the message passwords didn't match, which is exactly what I did. I did put the wrong password in twice. Yeah, so that's exactly what I did wrong. Sorry, I had someone call at the front door. That's to leave the video for a second. So back to where it was. I put the wrong password in twice, so we just have to start again. So we need to select a username, email address. I'm going to put a simple password in. It's not important because this is only for demonstration purposes. We're not creating a major secure area. It's not going to be storing your credit card information or any of your secure personal information of any description. So the password doesn't have to be that secure, but obviously something that you're going to remember. You don't want people being able to log into your account here and change your advert in a malicious way or anything like that. So you want something that's reasonably secure, but it's obviously not subject to your personal information or anything like that. So we're logged in now anyway. Okay, so now we can see what we've got here is a link here. There's a position there for an image, photo, that we can upload. And then there's some links for our account settings, listings, and etc. So this is basically what we call the front end. Now if we just go past that and look up to the top there, we have another set of links, and again as edit my profile or log out. So some of the links are repeated, and it is pretty much a mirror image, but it's two separate areas. And we'll go through that as we go on. Basically, we're going to be concentrating on the front end today. We'll touch on the back end, but mainly we're going to be talking about the front end. So what we're here to do is create a listing. So let's go ahead and create and submit a listing. Now we have a link here, share the location. It doesn't matter whether you share your location or not. The only thing that it does is change the position of this map. It detects your location on the internet and it will change your location on this map. Now that doesn't really matter, because as soon as we input the data of our property, that map is going to be changed specifically by the data that we put in and not by our internet connection that it's just detected. So that's not important. But it does demonstrate that everything's working when you're clicking on things. So we're going to be dealing with, this is the form that we're going to be filling in now. So we're going to be dealing with Spanish addresses, and the point about that is they're not always tied up accurately with the maps, particularly street addresses. Sometimes you can go on Google Maps and you can search for a Spanish street address and you can't find it. The problem with that is because a lot of the streets are repeated throughout Spain, so I think it's a bit difficult for Google to actually find the different ones. But anyway, so what I would suggest you do when you're filling this form in, particularly on this first line, is you could select something like the area or the town or a specific area where your property is, and not the actual specific location of your property. The area is important, and the map that's going to be displayed on your advert is important. It's important to users when they come to view your property details, because they want to know the area so that they can explore and investigate that area to find out whether it's the right place for them to move to live with, to live in, or or to rent, or even to visit or anything like that. So that's why the location and the map are quite important. So we need to get the map working, and if we create any errors or mistakes on this, it won't display the map correctly. But that's not the end of the world, because we can come back into the advert, the listing, and we can edit any of the details, including errors that we make, and we can correct them. So don't worry about making any mistakes at this stage, because they can all be corrected, and you can change and do anything you want at any time in the future as well. So we're just going to select the local area, which is a village, and basically what we're going to do today for demonstration purposes is we are going to be replicating this advert here. Now what we have is, the image is not being displayed there for some reason. I don't know why at the moment. But what we have is that I'm highlighting the headline of that advert, and here we have the headline of that advert, and obviously we have the address and some details. We also have some links. We have a favorite link, we can compare link, we have the stats of how many views that the advert has acquired, and we can click on that, and that would, if we clicked on that link there, which is favorite, that would be added to our favorites. But back to our listing. So we're going to be replicating that advert. So because this has already been done once, it's going to be a very easy process for me. We're going to click on that advert now, actually, we need some text out of it in a moment, so that'll be useful. So again, the headline, which is again displayed there, that is this second box. So you want to select and create a headline that's going to be specific for your property, and something that's probably eye-catching, something that's appropriate. You could select anything that you want. In this particular case, we're going to be selecting the name of the villa, but you could put in for instance, like luxury 4-bedroom detached villa with a pool. Any kind of information that you want. Something, because it's the headline, it's the thing that's going to catch people's eyes. So we're just going to put in the name of the villa on this occasion. And like I say, in this, you can always come back and you can change your headline. You could change it every month if you want, and you could try and create, more traffic or more interest in your advert by changing it on a regular basis. Now we go down and select the type from this drop down list. We're going to have a villa with a pool on this occasion. Status is important. You see this here, this text is highlighted with a flag. See, this is normal text, and that text is highlighted with a flag. And this is a vacation rental that we're replicating, so that's quite important that it has to be listed correctly, because it will show up in the search engine that we're going to be using. When people search for a property, you want the key purpose of the property to be displayed, so it's important to select the right one. And we're going to select vacation rental on this occasion. The price, you don't have to put the price in there. If you didn't want to put the price in there, in here, this box here, you would be putting in something like call for price or price on application, things like that. We're going to be putting the price in today. This box here is basically just specifically for rentals, and this is the term of the rental period. So it's either month or week. I mean, you could put quarterly, but most people's rent are weekly or monthly, aren't they? So, and you can see there's an example of how you display week or month. We're just going to put in a week on this occasion. Now we're going to grab some text from our advert, just a little bit, just to demonstrate. Now, you could have Notepad with a description like this. So you could create a description of your property, and you could select that text, and then you could go to your listing and you could paste it in just like that. And the way I did that was with the mouse, but you can use Control C and Control V on the keyboard to, I mean, there's lots of links to show you how to copy and paste text on the internet, lots of information and help how you to do that. But that's basically how you would do that. Now, a listing description is important. This is your chance to sell your property, whether it be a rental or for sale. You're selling the product. This is your chance to sell your product. Now, what you want to do is, in this description, is put in as much information as you can. Garden information about the garden, if it's got garage, bedrooms, all the additional information you can think of. Even if it's got like things like, you know, air conditioning, mosquito nets, the extra items that people install into properties after they've purchased them and things like that. You can also put information in about the area, because on this particular one here, we've got some information about the local village, etc. So as much information as you feel is necessary. Oh, excuse me, I just had a little cough there. So back to the advert. So as much information on the detailed description as you can. And we're just going to skip over to the right here and look at additional features. Now if we go back to the advert that we're replicating, here we have the property features, and as you can see, they're highlighted with a nice little bright green tick. Now, these can be highlights taken from your description, like for instance air conditioned, you know, any specific things that you feel that you can highlight about your property. So it can be repeated items from your description into the additional features. And you can also put in additional features as well that are extra things that you don't normally find in a property. You know, basically they're the highlights and features of the property specifically to your property. So if you, for instance, like this one is a vacation rental, if you had a vacation rental, some vacation rentals have extra items like games consoles, pool tables and things like that, and extra activities that people can do when they're out on vacation in a vacation property. So they're additional items that can be put in this box here. as well as in the obviously the detailed description, but you can highlight them specifically in this so they stand out a little bit more. It's a little bit of a marketing. Now we have optional rental information here. There's just one little note I forgot to mention. In additional features, when you import a word here, it has to be separated by a comma. So if we put in air conditioned, for instance, I'm just going to put that in there, comma, space, and I'm going to repeat it. I'm just going to repeat it again. I'm going to put another comma just there. I'm just put that to demonstrate what that's going to look like when we create the advert. Now back to this optional rental information. If we click on that little plus sign there, it opens up another box so we can actually put in some more information about our rental property. And this is a vacation rental that we're creating, so we do need some more information. I'm just going to put some quick information in here. I've done this before on this form, so my computer remembers the information that I put in, but as you can see, it's quite explanatory. It's quite self-explanatory, really. Maximum number of guests, check-in time, check-out time, cancellation fee, security deposit, things like that. And then finally down here on the left we have select images. So we just click on that, and then it will open up your computer. You would navigate to the folder where your images are stored. Now my computer remembers where the images are stored, which is where we're at the correct location for the images. Now you can select all of the photos and upload them all at the same time, but that will take a bit of time depending on the size of the photos, of course. So if you select all of the photos, you might want to go and make a cup of tea or something while you wait for them to be uploaded. For the purpose of this demonstration, we are just going to select 3 photos, and I'm going to click open. And it shouldn't take very long to upload 3 photos. Now on this image here, which is the first one that's come up, they all have these 2 icons, but one there and we have one there. The one on the right here is for deleting the image. So if you'd uploaded a photo that you didn't want to keep, you could delete it by using that one there. In fact, I'll just delete that one, and you can see it's deleted. But this icon, the star, that makes that image the featured image. And if we go back to the advert, if we just have a look at some of the adverts that have been created, we can see on the front of all these adverts that are created, we have what is called the featured image. So you want to select a nice image that's going to be featured prominently on your property listing. Now if we go up here, now city, state, postcode, they're important for the map. So these need to put in correctly. You need to spell them correctly, and it needs to be specifically for the area of where your property is. Otherwise, your map is not going to be displayed properly with the correct information. So we're going to select the town where this property is, not the street address. The state is Almeria because that is the area that we're specifically dealing with. The postcode for this particular property, the country is always going to be Spain. So that's the information on them 3 boxes there that we need for the map and for it to be displayed correctly. Now don't worry about it at the moment, because once the advert and listing has been created, we can come back and edit this if there's any problems with the map anyway. An admin is always there to help you with this anyway. They can come back and edit this for you anyway. The next box that we have is community, and that's only really applicable if you've got more than one property in a large community. You can put the community details in there. If you're creating more than one listing of several properties, you can put them all together in one community with description. And then beds, baths. Square feet is not important for a vacation rental, but it is important for a property sale. People want to know how big the property is and things like that. So That is actually the size of the property. Property ID you don't need to fill in because that's done by administration. Video URL. Now this is really useful because if you've got a video of your property, it's a really good selling point. So if you haven't got a video, try and get one created, and here is where you can import the video address details so that you can actually view it on the internet. And the way you do that is this. What you do is you create your video and you upload it to YouTube. Now there's lots of information on how you can do that on the internet, and I'm not going to go into too much of a description about that. But once you've created your video, you would have a link like this with your video. Well, I mean, I know this is not an appropriate video. We've just gone to YouTube, and there's Demis Rousseau. So we're just going to click on that video there. I'm going to pause that a second so we don't get the sound. Now, you would upload your video, and I mean, this does state who uploaded this. There he is. There's the man that uploaded this video there, and that's what you would have. You would be displayed there. He's uploaded a photo, but you don't need to do that on YouTube if you didn't want to. But you would upload a video, and what you get then is you get this this link to share it. So you click on that. Now this is the address. It's called the URL of the video. We right click on that. We copy it. Go back to our listing, and in the box where the video URL is, we right click again and we paste it in, and then we have the address of our video in there, and you'll see what that looks like in a few moments. So as you can see, we've got all box there. That's going to change to Alpha Kia when this listing is being created. So we just click on submit listing there. And there we are. You see, this has now been created. And if we look at the link at the top there, you can see there is now a number 1 appeared in my listings, and this is where we are. This is the page where we are on my listings, and over down on the right here we have 2 links. We have an eye to view it, and we have the pencil to edit it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the eye and open that in a new window, and then I'm going to click on the pencil so that I've got 2 open windows. You don't need to do this. You can just click on one of them. But to demonstrate it to you so we can do it quickly, I've opened up 2 at the same time. This is the form that we've just filled in that's been completed. Okay, but we can go back in and we can change any of the information, and you can see now, even though this is the this is not the advert, this is the form that we've filled in, the map has been updated with the correct location. So straight away you can see the map is being displayed correctly for this area, Alpha Kia, as you would do for your area. And if you wanted to make any changes, you could update your listing straight away there, anytime in the future or present. Okay, and if we just go on the other tab where we actually opened up into a new window, this is the advert that has been displayed. It's been created. This is our property listing. There's our featured image, and these symbols, these symbols that we have here, these are present on all adverts in all positions. So they're present on the small adverts that you see on the main pages, and they're present in the actual listing itself like this, and that's so people can put them in their favorites. They can compare with this second link, they compare it with other properties, and here we can see the amount of views, the stats of this particular listing. So it shows how many people have viewed this property, and that's useful for you to come back to, because you can see how many people have viewed your property in the future if you want to. As you can see, we have our little description that we put in. You want to put in a bit more detailed description. We have our property features. I mean, I know they're repeated, but it demonstrates how it's displayed. And here we have the video from YouTube. I mean, isn't that brilliant? It's displayed there, fantastic. And the map. We have some information from Yelp, which shows some local information about the banks and things like that, which is obviously useful to some people. We have a form that people can fill in and contact you directly. If this form is filled in, you will receive the information from this form in the form of an email to your email. It'll be sent to you on an email, and that's basically what your listing looks like. Now, this is a vacation property, and administration will add in what we call a booking form. And if we just have a look over here, this is what the booking form looks like on vacation. You only get this specifically in vacation properties, but people can select the days, the time, that they want, and then they can fill the form in, or they could fill this form in. So that's the property listings, how to edit and create property listing. And let's just have a quick look at account settings. So if we click on account settings there. Now, I do suggest that you put in some information on this account setting profile page, like your name and some of your contact information. If we just have a look at this advert here, you'll notice there's some links on the left hand side. They're Facebook, Twitter, Google+. People can print this page off as well. There's a print there. And this is where you would input your Facebook and Twitter information, and that will be displayed there as well. And that's optional extras that you can do. There's a bio information that you can include. You can even upload a photo, profile image, which would be displayed. If I just show you, if you uploaded a photo, it would be displayed in this box here on your actual property listing. It would also be displayed in these little boxes up here, but only you can see these boxes at the top. You're the only one that can see them. But it will be displayed on your posts and your advertisement and property listings and things like that. Okay, so that is your account settings, and obviously you can change your password here as well. Where is that? There's a link down here somewhere for a password, I'm sure there is. Yeah, there's your password. So you create a password, and it would give you the option at the bottom to update your profile. You could even change your email address. You want to keep your email address up to date so that you receive any information from the website and vice versa. So that's basically the front end. And if we just have a quick look at favourite list, where are we? I did click on a couple of favourites, so we might have them listed. Now, I've not created a favourite list, so if you click on a property and favourite it, this is where it'll be listed. You can have a play with this anyway. So let's just have a look at the back end. It looks radically different, so you'll know if you're in the wrong area. You really want to be just mainly in the front end. So if I just click on the top link that we've got at the right there, it will take us into the back end. Now, this is our profile, and it's exactly the same as the front. It's a mirror image. It's got the same form and the same questions, and it will have all the same information in there, as you can see. If you've got a vacation property, we have got the calendar settings there for vacation properties. But that's not relevant to anybody that's got like just a property for sale, so you won't need to change any of the settings on that anyway. There is a second video specifically for the calendar booking system for vacation rentals. So that's the back end. There's nothing really specific in the back end apart from your profile information and obviously the booking calendar. Like I say, that's only really for vacation rentals. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we've successfully created a property listing, which I'm going to delete now because it's a replica of somebody else's advert actually. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope it was some useful information for you. And if you've got any questions or comments, so please leave them or put them on the website, send us an email, or get in touch if you've got any questions whatsoever. And if you need any help, we're always there to help. Thank you for watching. It's bye from me.